Hello, friends. It is Denise from Loving Life at 60ish. And my Etsy shop is fairyrosecottage.etsy.com. Today, this is going to be a short one. I'm doing something that I haven't done in a while, you guys. I'm doing Don't Touch the Jug, right? And for many of you, you know the story. And if you don't, you could go back many, many videos and hear the story. But the story in a nutshell is this jug has been in mine and my husband's life for, let's see, we were married 33 years. I would say 35 years, right? And it typically was used, well, for a while it was used as a decoration just because it's real pretty. It's that green glass. But typically it was used to save change in. Here's the problem. When my husband saw money, it had to be allocated and spent, basically. That was in our younger years, okay? Now, I need to give credit where credit is due. He was pretty good about saving money. It was in his pocket, though. Rolls of bills in his pockets. Not in a savings account somewhere. And a lot sometimes. Because what he did after he got injured in the mills was he wheeled and dealed. He was a junker, basically. And so anyway, the story goes that I had been saving change up for a very long time. And we were going to be going to Disney as a family. And I wanted to use the money that was in the jug to do something special. And what I wanted to do was have treats brought into the hotel room while we were gone. Baskets for each of the kids and one for Scott and I, because we were all there celebrating something. My daughter was graduating high school. My son had just had his birthday, or his birthday was coming up. Our wedding anniversary had just happened. So, there was a lot going on. Mother's Day, it was going to be Mother's Day while we were there. So I had a lot saved up. And it's an expensive treat to have, they're usually small businesses, put together a basket and bring it to the hotel, the resort. Each one of the kids got a stuffed animal. Like Lauren got a Minnie Mouse graduating. Nate got a Stitch birthday stuffed animal. Scott and I got wedding Mickey and Minnie's. So those are the things I requested, and then treats in the basket, fun things and stuff. It's expensive. So I went to cash this in, and it was empty. This was several years ago, many years ago, 2013 maybe. 2008, 2009, I think, actually. Scott had seen it. He felt like we needed the money to pay something. I can't even remember what at this point. I believe maybe it was a car payment, to be perfectly honest. And he was probably right. Okay. He had taken it and cashed it in. Now, this was not his jug. He gave me this jug years before, but this was my jug to save coins in. Not his. He had his own process of saving coins. I was so mad at him, so mad at him. And so ever since then, it has been dubbed, "Don't touch the jug." And there should be an echo, "Jug, jug, jug," and it became sort of a joke, but not with him, between me and the kids. He never really found it funny. He felt like if there was money in it and we needed it, we should cash it in. So I started hiding the jug. But now what I do is I created this book, A Penny Saved is a Penny Earned, and it's a way of saving coins. And I put them in here. And someday I will get this book finished. This is up in my shop. You can get it as a download that downloads each page each month into 8.5 by 11 size. I printed these 4 on a page, and then I laminated them back to back. So it's small, but your downloads would come out as 8.5 by 11. This book is also available. I will put it back up in my shop as a book this size, and I'm happy to make them. So I'll put that up there. I had finished December, November, and October. But this is what I did. I started this in September of 2023, you guys. It's already been a year, right? And in December, let's see. In December, I cashed it in and banked $250.48. And I'm sorry, I did that in March of last year. So a year ago, $250.48. I cashed in because the jug was getting too heavy. And I still have, well, I don't know if that's correct, actually. So it was $667. 667.95 is the total when I'm finished with it. And I cashed in whoops, that didn't work. 667.95 minus there. 250.48. So $417.47 still remaining, and that's the start of this. And I have no idea how much is in there, honestly. I don't save coins a lot because, like most people, cash is not something that I use as often as I used to. But we do keep this Harry Potter owl in the car, and because this car that we bought back in June had no place to put coins, whereas our other car had a little thing in the console where we could just throw coins into. So what I end up doing is, this is bottle money. Like, I just took bottles in this morning, got $5.40 some cents. And so we keep the bottle money in here. And if I'm just going to get a soda from McDonald's, then I don't use my card. I'm going to pay in cash. And so that's what this is all about. But I'm going to put all of this in my jug today and start this all over again with the dollars that I have a 10 in there too. And like I said, I just put bottle money in there. I go to the bottle redemption maybe twice a month, maybe, at the most. I would say every 3 weeks I go. So maybe twice in 6 weeks, twice in a month and a half. Because I don't have a ton of bottles anymore. I mean, I have bottles and cans. I do have Diet Pepsi cans all the time. So, but I have found that I'm having a problem drinking Diet Pepsi or anything with caffeine in it, which this was probably a mistake today, the Peach Sunshine from Dunkin' Donuts, because it's got caffeine in it. Because I'm having so much anxiety, some more anxiety than I can ever remember having. And the caffeine, of course, exasperates that, or I think that's the right word. So I don't have as many, even Diet Pepsi cans as normal in my bags of bottles and cans. So, but I think this will be a good start to this. I have no idea how much there is here. We're gonna put that. So there's $1. I should probably count this up, right? How is everyone today? It is Friday. I am going to a women's retreat at a local church tonight and tomorrow. It's not a sleepover one, or I wouldn't go, because I'm just not wanting to go that long of a time away from my house right now. And it's on Rhythms of Life or something like that. It's based on a book by a woman whose first name is Rebecca. You see, I have so much information about it. I'm excited to go, but I'm also anxious. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40. I am not... This is hard. This is kind of a weird thing to say, or it's probably not a weird thing to say. I am not overly religious. I did not grow up in a church. We did have a church right up the road from us, and we went to it a couple of times a year. I spent some of my college years going to church, trying to find, looking for answers. Scott was brought up very Catholic, but chose in his adult life to not frequent a church either. But we always felt like we were very spiritual and very in tune to our beliefs. $1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, $7. Hey, that's pretty good. I am finding that I am stumped. I question daily this God that people say doesn't give you more than you can handle. Please don't say that to me. If I hear that one more time, guys, I don't know, honestly, what... I mean, come on. This has been a lot. And I just have questions. I don't need anyone to, we all have our own beliefs. I'm just asking you not to come at me. You know what I mean? Like, I have many people in my life that are very religious. They go to church. They share their beliefs very openly, and a couple of them very forcefully. And to me, each to their own. I don't need to convince you of believing in what I believe, and it's okay. You don't need to, you know what I mean? That's kind of how I feel about everything in life. Same with politics or anything like that. I don't need to convince you that my way is right. But I am struggling. I will admit, I am struggling. I have been shaken. I am shattered. and feeling very broken. And so my sister-in-law, who was married to my brother, who just passed away, she was going to this and asked me to go. 10, 20, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, $1. And I very gladly said yes. 10, 20, 30, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, $1. So that's what I'm doing this afternoon and then tomorrow. And I am very excited about it, but I'm also, like I said, very anxious. New experiences really set off my anxiety. They always have, okay? It is worse right now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 20, 28 cents. Okay, so I have $9.88. Let's see. Change. $9.88. So anyway, I think, you know, I'm trying to put my pieces back together, my brokenness, and I think it's going to take a very long time. I'm not of the belief that this is all going to be better in a short amount of time. I don't sense that at all. $9.88. So yeah, so I'm going to do that tonight. And I think I was going somewhere with that. Now I don't remember what. 2.59 brings it down to $7.29 minus 2.58, $4.71, 2.57, $2.14. Okay. So we can color in. So anyway, I am very I'll let you guys know about it. It's a women's conference. The pastor that is doing it, I had a couple of email connections with her, and she just feels like, you know, it'll just be good for the soul, which is exactly what I'm looking for. $2.14 is right there, you guys. So that takes care of all of that. I did say that I might go back and start here and fill it up, but I don't know. It just seems easier to go from the back to the front, right? So I am, you know, I'm excited to do this, and I have an opportunity to do another one next weekend, which feels like a lot. But if I do it, I can only do Friday night. I can't do Saturday. So we'll see. I'm not sure that I will choose to do it. I'm going to see how tonight goes, and then maybe I need a few weeks in between. I think that churches tend to do these things a lot, especially this time of year. And honestly, I'm within distance of many churches. So we'll see. It feels good. And I think it also feels normal, guys. I think that there is a time during grief. There are many times during grief where your faith is shaken and you're angry about it. And I just think that that's so very normal. And I don't think it happens just once in your grief process. I think it happens many times. And I speak of that because when we lost our baby, I still remember the anger, just the the anger and the how could you and feelings like that. So, and in doing, a lot of reading about grief, I worked with hospice for a couple of years after I got out of college. So there was, all that stuff. I do not think that grief is linear. I do not think that I am going to go through those 5 stages of grief, or now I think there might be 7, in a logical order. I think that you go through those stages and many more over and over and over again, trying to heal yourself. And I believe firmly that they continue to pop up through your lifetime, because grief doesn't just come in for a season and then say goodbye and leave. So anyway, there I am again, back on that. I hope that you guys are all right with that. I don't want to ever make this video a downer. You know what I mean? Like, painful for people to watch, or not upbeat and but I also know that I am not the only one who is grieving something. And or somebody, or a life that we expected that is no longer going to happen. So I say, I want to share this with you guys, because if it can help just one person know that they're not alone, right? They're not alone, that these feelings and these thoughts can be very normal, unfortunately, because you don't want to feel all this, but it's a part of life and death. And again, that you're not alone, that we're all walking through this life together. It also helps me know that I'm not alone either. When you guys share a story or let me know that you're sending me prayers or thoughts or light or love, or I got a card in my post office box today, and I mean Happy Mail. It's got the name right in it. It's Happy, and just to know that, folks, we're all in this together, right? And yeah. And so that's why I share. That's why Scott and I chose to share our journey so openly for that 1.5 years on Facebook. Because, like he doesn't do Facebook. He doesn't do any computer stuff, but he was okay with it. I read him the things that I wrote, or he read them himself. If, I give him my phone and he read them, depending on where he was at. And he heard the replies from people and the thoughts and the all of that stuff on Facebook. And also, I'd say, hey, I talked about you on YouTube today, and and then I'd read the comments that you guys left, and we just felt like it might help one person who ends up walking a similar journey, right? And that's what it's all about. So anyway, my story right now is I'm going to go to a women's retreat and soak in as much as I can, and make some connections, and yeah, that's my step today. Okay, guys. By the way, I got my hair done yesterday. Absolutely still love it this morning. You know how sometimes you get your hair done and it looks beautiful, and then the next day when you wash it and you have to take care of it yourself, it does not look the same. I did pretty good. I did pretty good, and I'm happy with it. So, okay, guys, happy weekend. I will not see you tomorrow. I probably will see you Sunday. And I hope that you have a lovely weekend. And I don't even know what the weather's like here in Maine this weekend. Today it's beautiful out. It's in the 40s. Um, it's, it's chilly, but it's in the 40s and there's a lot of mud in my driveway. So there's that. Spring is coming. I'll see you real soon. Thanks for listening. Happy savings.